Outrage in Bangalore in the third such instance in the past 4 months. A 3-year-old girl has been allegedly sexually abused inside a private school. In fact, a criminal case has been registered under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act, and this comes after a complaint from the father of the child. This is the third incident of a minor girl student being allegedly sexually assaulted on school campus in the city. Well, Maya Sharma now joining us on the phone line. Maya, parents are absolutely shocked, and once again we're seeing absolute outrage there in Bangalore over this incident.
That's correct. Yes, the situation looks very similar to what happened some months ago outside another prestigious school in Bangalore, where a 6-year-old child was raped on the premises of the school itself. It really looks as if the same thing has happened this time as well. The child who was happy going to school yesterday morning turned out to be very upset with what transpired at the school, and her parents noticing that she was upset. She was medically examined, official reports still awaiting, but it looks as if it was sexual assault. Parents, very unhappy, have gathered at the school wanting some answers from the management. The management has said that there were 6 male staff members on the school premises yesterday. They say that the child actually left the class twice during the day, and they have CCTV footages, but they say she was escorted each time. They also say that staff members were questioned by the police through the night. So neither denying or confirming that anything actually happened on the school, but the school management coming out and actually saying that yes, they have CCTV footage and that these were being examined for further evidence, for further details. So, but the situation, parents upset, wondering if their children are actually safe at the school, sadly reminiscent of that earlier incident. There was another case after that also, as well as a much smaller school on the outskirts of the city in the south, where another person, a teacher's aide, was picked up for allegedly assaulting a little girl and other small children as well. But this incident, another incident after that earlier one, which caused such outrage, the police actually insisting on certain safeguards at the school, whether it was CCTVs, background checks of staff, which included teachers, pupils, bus drivers, anyone who comes into contact with children. All of those restrictions put into place, all of those regulations made compulsory. But clearly, despite the fact that attention was drawn to this terrible crime earlier, it looks as if this has happened again, and it does appear that another small child was assaulted on her school.
Right, Maya, and as you said, the management is looking at that complaint. What more are you hearing from the police about what their next course of action is going to be?
Well, what the police have indicated as well, it's of course very, very early in the investigation, but what they are saying is that they are talking to male staff of the school, trying to figure out what has happened. There have been no arrests made so far. But if indeed the assault did happen in the school, then the pool of suspects would be much smaller, really, and they are interrogating people to try and find out what went wrong. They are actually indicating that it is a case of sexual assault, because of course must remember as well that the definition of rape has been much widened after that terrible incident in Delhi, the terrible gang rape in Delhi. There have been new rape laws in place, and the definition of rape is much wider now. The child was medically examined, fortunately at home. The physical injuries are not as bad as they might have been, but of course the child must be traumatized. But she is at home now, according to the police. After that medical checkup, she went home. But police certainly hoping to make a clear breakthrough. It must be remembered also that this new commissioner, M.N. Reddy, actually took over after the earlier police commissioner, Auratkar, was removed. This was after that earlier case, and he came in after that case happened, after the case of the school happened. Police also embarrassed then, because they did arrest a gym instructor who later turned out perhaps not to have been actually involved in the assault in the first place. There was a lot of pressure on the police last time round, and they will be under pressure this time as well to try and zero in on the culprits to make sure that justice is done in this case.
All right, Maya, thanks very much for joining us and taking us through all those details. Absolute outrage there amongst parents there in Bangalore after this latest case of sexual abuse coming from a school in Bangalore. Let's listen to some reactions coming in there to our top story.
This is a shocking news, so I've just come over here to know from the management what has happened. So we are all waiting. There is a parent association which we have formed here. Through them we are approaching the association and trying to get some information from them. Sir, as far as the law and these things are not strict, these things are bound to happen, sir. So as a parent, we are all as a individual, we all have to join hands. This is the right time. So we have to come up with some solutions. Otherwise, it is very bad news for us.